You're listening to For Better and Worse with Jess and Rach. All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to my living room. We are coming at you live from Rach and Josh's new house. We also have a special guest on here with us.
Yo, 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 yo.
Joshua's in the house, you guys, because we have an announcement to make.
Yes, yeah.
We're going to Costa Rica.
Woo!
That's not true at all.
That wasn't even funny.
I know.
Sorry. Tomatoes.
Hey, tomatoes. You guys, Rach and Josh got engaged, okay?
Is that true?
That's true.
That's
true.
That's facts. We got him here on the pod to tell the story here. I will be hearing it for the first time. All I got was a measly FaceTime that was missed about 2 to 3 times.
And then,
you were probably
then
the
a Marco Polo.
6th or 7th too.
Yeah, I was
That was
not
a
high on the
tough
list. I probably wasn't high on the list, but
You were like the second, no, third, fourth, maybe.
wow, as
Parents came first.
as time goes by, move it down the list. No, it was one of those. She said, "This is what's happening. I'm keeping you in the loop. Save it for the pod." You know what sucks about being a co-host with you, Rach? Is the save it for the pod moments when I truly just want to be a good friend and I get potted.
All right, guys.
Save it for the pod. Okay, engagement. Celebration.
Josh, thanks for being here.
Yeah, celebration ASMR.
It's been a while.
Barley? I don't have time for
Oh, we
that
have
now.
some dog noises in the back. I'm embarrassed. I hate
Don't
this.
crinkle the mic. Do you want this?
Yeah, sure, I'll have a little bit. I mean, I'm on this celebration pod.
It calls for celebration.
So, Josh, how did you propose?
Yeah, tell me,
the
guys.
story. Give me, let's get
Yeah.
us all up to speed because Josh went rogue, everyone. You know?
I went rogue the whole proposal.
Yeah, we know. We had a conference call.
From the top down. So I guess I'll start at the beginning. So I met Rachel in high school. No, I'm kidding.
We heard this. Tomatoes.
Yeah. No, but it was like October of last year. I was a little tipsy and alone at Rachel's mom's house where we used to live.
And by October, I think you mean July.
It was mid 2021 for sure.
Mid-year.
Yeah. So I had a couple cocktails, couple bevs, couple Colorado Coors Lights, Colorado Kool-Aids, and I bought this ring.
You bought this last year? 2 years ago? When was this?
Last year, 2021.
Okay.
I
I didn't.
just came across it. Rachel may or may not have sent it to me.
I
That's
didn't. I
up
actually
for
didn't.
debate. And I bought it, and I sat on it for a while before even showing anybody or telling anybody. And then the first person I asked and showed it to was her mother. And I asked for her hand in marriage at the same point. Then showed it to her dad. And
You showed it to my dad?
Oh yeah, he's very weird though about these types of things.
He's
not
very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was a very uncomfortable situation. It was just like a high and by. Oh, okay, cool, and then he just bounced.
Oh, yeah.
He has a lot of feelings, and it takes him a minute
Yeah.
to...
Yeah, that's
Good job.
understandable.
So fast forward the timeline to about a month ago, when we had the situation where Rachel uncovered the plan for the proposal,
the blow up of Plan A.
blew it all up, freaking TNT style,
Yeah, she did.
like you're in an Acme cartoon.
Annihilated it.
So then we went back to the drawing board.
Yeah,
I got Jess, I got Madison on a conference call. Very business-like.
Strictly biz, my
we
guy.
had 12 o'clock, Teams or Skype or
On the mark,
something,
too, I
on
might
the
add.
dot.
And what was the,
Agenda?
yeah.
So
It was brainstorm. It was a brainstorm.
it was a brainstorming moment. Josh had an idea in mind. Can I tell a story?
Yeah, I told her.
Oh, we had an idea in mind, and we dialed it back. And Mads and I said, "Hey, how about you do it here?" We were only talking location. Do it however. Mads had some really good points, tips, whatever, and that's all we knew. And we said, he's like, cool, I'll let you guys know about the week before. We're gonna set up a camera situation, and then you guys come over later, we'll do celebrations, and we'll do a mini photo shoot. So I'm over here waiting on this text.
That was the plan originally, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you bamboozle my friends?
I knew going into it that it was, if the moment struck, it was going to happen.
We
Point
said
blank,
that, and
period.
I said, so this is really funny that you bring this up, because Madison said, if Josh, but seriously, if the moment feels right and you guys are moving in, things feel good, like, just do it. And I'm shaking my head, and you actually laughed, and I shook my head. I said, for someone who really likes planning and controlling things, knowing that he's a 6, not on the hot scale on the Enneagram,
Thank you for clarifying.
I was like, I don't think he would ever do that. And then move-in weekend happened, which I texted you before. I was like, I wonder if she thinks something's happening, because I was like, happy move-in day. I was acting kind of weird. I didn't know, though.
I think so we'll tell you the story. If Josh had planned like anything, really, I might have suspected it. Like, but
It was the only way.
He wasn't like,
That's a good point.
He wasn't like, let's get out the cheese and crackers and pop a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
No. The story is he falls asleep watching a movie. We got Chinese food, one of my very favorite takeout, top tier. Tried a new place in Ella. It was great. Sesame chicken. Great. But he did forget the egg rolls. So it could have been better.
Amateur move.
Amateur move. Amateur move. And so he falls asleep watching a movie, and we head to go to bed. And we lay down, and just like the wave washes over me of like, I moved out of my mom's house, like, which is like a lot of feelings.
It was very emotional.
Oh, I was sobbing. Like
So this is a rare sighting we're seeing
general,
for
yeah.
Rach. So we had to take it full advantage.
we have my
Yes.
quarterly. We have my quarterly.
We were mid-quarterly, yeah.
Yeah, I call it my quarterly cry. So I usually say I get a good cry in every quarter. And so
And that's
I was
true.
cashing in my quarterly, and I was spiraling. I was
Little kid cries.
Yeah.
Yes.
like audibly, like I was just like, what if Willow dies and I'm not there? That's my mom's dog.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'd almost pay money to see it.
Just nonsensical crying.
just like
but came from a real place.
it was
I'm
just
sure.
Yeah.
what's mom gonna have for dinner? She never eats for herself, and just feeling everything,
wow.
feeling the weight of the world, really, and just like
Full spiral.
full spiral, and then just roll over, and Josh and I are just looking at each other, and he's just like stroking my face.
Just being nice,
Just
you know.
being nice.
You're taking
Comforting.
care of your partner, yeah.
Yeah.
Comforting, saying nice things.
He was just talking to me, saying how much he loves
Did
me.
you know it was happening? Like
I
you-
did, yes.
Okay.
Rachel had no idea. Even after I said, "Will you marry me?" She's like,
Oh, yeah.
Is this it? Like,
she's
is this
like, "This, you're not for real, right?"
No, I was just like, well, yeah, but you've said that before when we've been laying in bed talking about you. You've said stuff like,
So the moment didn't feel real, and then I was like, "Well, actually, let me just go grab the ring. It's literally right around the corner." So I went and got the ring out of the cupboard, came back, got down on one knee, while she's in bed.
Full waterworks.
Said a couple more nice things and asked her if she would marry me.
And that's what was really nice about it in general, was that like I was fully present. Like I remember a good 50% of what you said to me.
I told you.
I mean,
won't.
but it was like we weren't nervous. Like I don't think
No.
you were
Yeah.
nervous. I wasn't nervous. And it was just nice. And then I checked our watch. Checked my watch. It was 9:45. So I was like, oh, we don't need to be going to bed right now. And so we got out.
The Oakville Cab, which
The
is a
Oakville
very
Cab.
nice bottle of wine,
Mm-hmm.
and proceeded to sit on this very couch and had half a bottle of wine and listen to some of our favorite sappy, sad songs and a few hype songs that just randomly played in between.
Sprinkled in.
So,
You gotta sprinkle them in.
yep.
So what was going on in your mind, Josh, when she was like having this like low key breakdown? When you're like, "Is this not the right moment?" Well, I mean,
Yes.
you obviously felt.
So I was like, shit.
Yeah.
My plan always was to do it before the end of February.
Right.
I was like, I had a hard deadline.
Oh, I know the deadline.
I had a hard deadline, end of Feb. So I'm like, shit, she's crying. Like, this might not be the right moment. Like, and then I just thought to myself, like, it's never really going to be the right moment. Like, if you put it off to tomorrow, Sunday scaries are going to kick in.
Yeah.
0 chance you're proposing then, and it's going to roll into the whole next week.
And you're going to be overthinking. And
then we might never be engaged if that happens.
We'll just get to our wedding and finally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because surprise, surprise, we have been not crazy, but we've like not planned our wedding, but like picked our date.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I haven't been like going to town about it.
No, because
you know?
I think it's a low key. It's very
Yeah.
much true to you. But I felt like time was of the essence having the jobs that we have.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. And also, you knew that I've had a ring for about a month and a half, so.
Well,
we
you
knew-
did let
It
that
was-
spill. You did let that completely
Well,
come
once we knew the proposal, once Rach blew the cover, we knew that it was happening very, very, very
Yeah.
soon. Like, and also your deadline of like before Feb, it was like, ooh, things got to be moving along here.
There was only one time, and I told you about this, where I actually thought you were going to propose. Like, I went into the day like, I think he's gonna ask me
What day was this?
when we got the keys. Like, you and I were
Oh.
both very emotional, crying. It was, the day before Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the only time that I was kind of like anticipating it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
What happened whenever it came and went?
What do you,
Whenever you didn't get a ring?
I told you that night. I was like, I thought you were going to kind of propose to me.
Oh.
Was it the dancing in here?
No,
Was that what it
was?
no, that was another day. Once the reno started, which I didn't think he would propose to me then because I knew he wouldn't have had the ring. But I would love us to normalize, just like propose to your partner without a ring. Like, just do it when it feels right, because that's what it's all about. Like, doing it when you are sharing a moment in time with another person is like so special, and that's what I felt like it was for us. I mean, and we can get into like, we just wanted Josh on from the beginning. He can get back to Elden Ring, but
Thank
What is that?
The grind don't stop.
it's a video game.
Oh,
Barney.
gamers. Special appearance here.
Special appearance. We got Herschel. We got the animals back.
Yeah, it's still an Animal House here.
Yeah.
Ain't shit changed.
We only got 2 right now, but I'm feeling sorry for these guys.
Oh,
Look at her.
they're just fine.
Yeah, she is.
They'll adjust.
But I mean, obviously, it's like I do have something to like compare this to, and not that like it's comparable, but like just like I've experienced 2 versions of myself going through the same thing, right? And so it was very interesting, and it was so nice that we literally spent like 30 minutes just like listening to music and like absorbing it. And he was like, "Do you want to call anyone?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "This day is for us. This day is for us only. Like, I don't need."
It was the right call.
Yeah, I don't need to like be giddy on FaceTime with people when I just want to be with you. I just want us to like absorb this step that we're taking together and not worry about letting people know right away, because this isn't about anybody else.
Mm-mm.
Like, this decision isn't about anyone. It's about us. And quite frankly, like I don't think this is a step that needs to be taken to build a life with a person. Like, you don't need to get engaged, you don't need to get married, but that was what we chose that we wanted to do. And so I thought that was something that only we just needed to celebrate that together.
Yeah.
I didn't need other people.
Yeah, no, I
on it
respect
right
that.
away.
I felt that way too. It was when we got engaged, it was a Monday morning, mind you, but she was like, "Are you gonna text and call anyone?" And I was like, I really didn't want to.
Yeah.
I really just was like, I am floating. I'm floating right now. I'm on cloud 9. I just like want to just not, but it was like one of those things that I was like, okay, like some people are kind of waiting. And I was like, okay, fuck, yeah, you're right. So we gave it a few hours and then reached out. But I totally understand and can relate in that, like, you just want to live that moment.
Yeah.
So normalize that too. I mean, I know it's so exciting, especially when you're close with people, to just like outwardly share.
Yes.
But I think it is kind of nice just to rest in it. It's such a really cool time. Like you guys both just chose each other to spend the rest of your life together. So it's a big moment.
You don't have to rush to the likes because those serotonin hits that Instagram post.
He said he's like, I gotta do this just for the likes. I need it.
The clout is unreal.
To be fair, I just posted this a picture on the story, which was so funny that everybody was like, oh.
Yeah. It was perfect. So subtle.
Yeah,
subtle.
Very subtle.
It was very cool though.
And I do feel like a little bit of me is like, I want my fans, all 3,000 of our listeners to like, I don't know. I wanted them to be a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
You know, so like, not that, I mean, I would have shared if I really felt the need to, but like I said,
just be prepared for the most likes of your life. You'll never live up to that amount of that post.
No, it's engagement and
baby. It's crazy. Listen, that those likes be off the charts, dude.
You got people from 2010 like
literally just like happy for you, bro.
Through the woodwork.
But that really goes to show, I don't know if it's like people are genuinely happy or they feel like they have to. I like to say like people are genuinely happy, like love fucking wins in those scenarios. And everyone's like, I like to see the people I know happy. Mm-hmm. And that's why the likes are so high. But honestly, it does feel a little good, selfishly. But that's awesome.
Run it up.
I'm happy for you guys.
Cash it in, babe.
Thank you.
Was it last night? I was like, we need to take like a selfie together. So like I had like the ring shot or whatever. I'm like, I need like a picture with you. Yeah. We took it outside.
That's really important though.
I should scroll you through my fucking camera roll because Josh was looking like a serial killer because there were street kids out playing and he's like, they're judging us.
I was losing my cred. I lost all block cred.
Oh. You guys just moved in. You're out here taking selfies. That was a no-go.
He's ruined his own reputation.
The kids on the block don't approve.
We put a target on our back for sure. That's all right.
Oh my gosh.
I know we're weak.
Whatever. I do believe in that though. Like take a fucking selfie. Remember the moment because as someone who loves fucking photos, you know, doesn't matter how you look, but that is important. Just snap one.
Mm-hmm. I did take a video of like our entire just like sitting here together. Made it into a TikTok. Maybe you'll see it. Maybe you'll get it.
Maybe he'll be on the algae soon.
I tried to show Josh. Oh, he was like, turn that off immediately. I'm gonna lose it.
I know. He was like, yeah, no. It's a 2.5 minute video. And
it's like a
and he got through maybe 10 seconds.
The first court hit.
He's like, yeah, nope. First court. Yeah, I was like, fuck no.
Josh, thanks for asking me to marry you.
You're welcome. Thank you for saying yes. So
I love you.
I love you.
Thanks for coming on the pod.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the first half. Thanks for you joining us for the first quarter.
You guys are welcome.
All right. I gotta edit this one, so it's on me.
Hey, good luck.
Jess has been really pulling the slack lately, and it's back to me.
Yeah, I took over. Really thrown into the ringer there.
Yep.
And that's fine. I'll pick up any slack on this team or any team. I'm a team player.
You really are. You're good at that.
I love a team. Maybe it goes back to my cheerleading days. I'm not sure, but
and everything leads back there. Barley, come here. This is why we don't podcast at home.
But the aesthetic.
I don't mind.
So cute.
I know. I worked hard.
Well, it shows.
Guys, welcome to the podcast.
It's back to us. It's just Jess and Rach. We kicked Josh out. He's playing his video games on a timed schedule. And
yes.
We love that for him.
We love that for him.
He's like, give me to this time. That's it, Rach. I thought that was very sweet.
No, that's when the chicken needs to come out of the oven. That's not his gaming time.
Oh, I really thought you guys had him on a gaming schedule, and I was like, wow, you guys have really come a long way.
No, I wish. That's fucking funny. But something I needed to point out, and I'll point this out to you because my computer's over it. But Jess, so as I showed her, I have a candle. I don't know if it's in the frame or not. And I bought these cute little matches. They're like a little they have little rainbow like match tips on them.
The fancy matches.
But guys, be alive, alert, awake, awake, enthusiastic when lighting a match because the tip can just light and fly off. And it right before you came, I lit it. It popped off and just started on the ottoman. Just
so you lit a match and the tip of the match flew while lit. A fire flame.
A fireball.
A fireball.
Yeah, and almost set the entire ottoman on fire. And I licked my hand. I went. That was my.
Isn't it crazy what you do when instincts kick in? The lick of the hand. You were like, the only water source I have right now is my saliva.
Oh my God.
That is funny, but also very scary. Then obviously those matches aren't worth the hype.
I mean, they're cute, but
I don't know.
I mean, now I'm doubting their power. But I feel like any match, if you're pressing it too hard, it'll snap.
But like, what are we using matches for in 2022? You get a big, long John lighter.
I know, but the aesthetic. Now
the aesthetic.
I'm an aesthetic girl.
Fuck the aesthetic on the matches because I'm not trying to light my new house on fire.
I said to Josh, I was like, "Hey, I'm not saying this did or did not happen, but just be aware. Have a loose
There's
awareness.
Enough hazards in a new house, Rach.
Oh,
especially in an old home. These outlets, you don't know what they're capable of. You never know when a fuse could just blow.
Welcome
to home ownership. Not that I know home ownership, but
I mean
we rent.
Yeah,
but we will. Dad, if you're listening, don't. But we will fix anything ourselves. We will try to, and that's a project that we did this weekend.
Oh,
and it's been handled. It's been thus handled.
Okay.
But it was a long journey. The garbage disposal was doing a humming noise, which could be numerous things, but it had to be taken apart,
which is a stank mission.
And stank it was. Stank it was. And Joe doesn't do well with like gross, especially food, like old food.
Oh, yeah, agree.
Now, as stated before, a team player. I will always step up, but he was like, I'm going to handle this. This is my weekend project. And I said, hey, when you feel a certain way, when you start getting a little too angsty, I'm going to give you some cues. I'm going to give you some warnings. We got to step away. This is not something Joe's good at, right? I'm not saying he's not good at doing things. He can handle them. He just cannot handle the anger that he gets to. So I say, hey, warning number 1.
Jess, do you know where I thought that was going?
What?
Just the pitch you out. Hey, sexy lady.
Yeah. Is that Pitbull reference?
Yeah.
No. That's Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
But I think even worse.
Does Pitbull not feature on Condom Style?
I don't think so. Did you say Condom Style? Oh, no. I don't know. Okay.
No.
But it was a hey.
Jess, there's no good way to interrupt you, but can you hand me my wine? And maybe top it up?
That's a great way to interrupt me because you just did. Let me top you off first. Maybe you can cut that out, but...
Nah.
What if you don't want to, go?
You know how cutting things out is annoying.
It's the worst. Okay, warning number 1 was administered. Complete ignored. Just not happening.
What's your like warning? What's your safe word?
It's just like, hey. It's a look. It's like,
I think we're getting there.
Yeah. But no, we went to full blow up. So I'll just skip to the end of the story, and it was yeah, there were many warnings administered, and then what happens is I step in, and this is what we're in couples therapy for. If you haven't
caught on,
it's so I'll go in full-fledged to do the entire project, and he's like, "This is what you do. Just take it over, and it's all right. It ended up pretty badly. I will add, but we got to the end of it. There were tears, blood, sweat, and tears, but the dishwasher is fixed. We overcame.
Was it the dishwasher or was it the
disposal?
Disposal.
Yeah. Okay. But it was messy, it was stinky, but we got it back together.
We invested in a disposal in the new house. I've never had one.
Oh, really?
I accidentally broke the disposal for the family I nannied, and I've never disposaled again.
You have to know there are some rules.
Right.
Coffee grounds is a hard no.
And here's what I thought when I saw disposal. I was like, oh, it grinds food particles up. The best thing I can think for this is peeling potatoes.
Yeah, rule number 2. Potato skins.
Potato peels. You cannot. And that's what I did. Like
Yeah.
a large amount. I tried to get down there.
I will say a tip that many people might not know. Eggshells, yes, and good for the
disposal.
Yeah, cuts it up in there, cleans it a bit.
Really?
Tip of the dick for this episode
TMCD, baby.
is eggshells are good for the disposal. I'm a disposal queen now. I've really
Can't go back from what I
was
hear.
really balls deep in it. So
Yeah. Good.
that's my story. Joe and I also played house this weekend. I got a lot. That was before the kids came. My nephews came to visit, and we had an absolute
Give us
blast.
a rundown on the fuse. All right, the nephews.
The Fews are wonderful.
They really
people.
are so goddamn adorable.
They
these
are
kids.
But to be honest, like they are so cute, but they're even better kids. I don't know how to say this. Like it probably has to do with the parenting done by my sister and my brother-in-law.
Kristen be out here doing the most in the best way. She really,
but I genuinely feel like she's raising good humans, and that was so shown this weekend. Like they're very different, and it's so cool to witness. But they nonetheless are so polite and so
How old are they?
emotionally intuitive. Nathan is, Kristen, don't kill me, 7.
Okay.
And Levi's 4.
Okay.
I think that's right. 8?
Yeah.
Is he 8? I don't know.
Not in preschool yet?
I suck in numbers.
He's not in like kindergarten yet, Levi.
He's in school. He
Preschool?
goes somewhere.
Preschool?
Yeah.
Okay, so probably 4.
He showed me where he goes, but I'm not going to say it for lack of privacy. I don't know.
That's not.
No, but they are just so sweet, and they were just so appreciative of everything. And Levi is just one kid who just like lives in the moment, and it's one of the coolest things to witness when you're an adult who doesn't do that as much. And he's just like, this is the best movie I've ever seen. Like he is just loves life genuinely every chance he gets, and it was just really fun. We took him to a trampoline park. I'll spare you the details, but my 6 of a husband was absolutely panicking.
Oh, because they were tramping?
Everything he talked
Things
to me about.
Things go wrong on a trampoline.
It was a liability, and my sister knew it, and she was like, you know what? You want to do that? Go for it. She was like, if that's what your heart desires to do with my kids, I would love for you to do it.
And I think it's like, I would love for my kids to be able to experience things with adults that don't have the anxieties that I have. It's like they should have these experiences. I wouldn't make those experiences fun. So go and have that. And Aunt Jess on a tramp.
I mean,
could you imagine?
That's why I offered it. I was like, that sounds fun for me. Did it? Yes. Was I sick after a few backflips? I was showing people out. Also, you're allowed to flip at this one.
Wow.
Which you're never allowed to flip. I was out here. There were girls on this like track that were like showing their skills, like a little round of back handspring ordeal. I was like, step aside.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. I wish they sold beer there because that would have helped a lot. But I got sick. That's how bad my motion sickness is.
You really do have bad motion sickness.
But I was like, whoa, you know?
Yeah.
But I was showing them out. There was a little beam action, I was gymnastics. Just my little gymnastics heart was just so happy. But
and the boys were happy.
Boys were happy. They had a blast. They were sweating their asses off.
I'll never forget Discovery Zone. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's the ultimate. That's what we were comparing it to. We're like,
yeah,
kind of have the same feels, but not totally. Just sweaty kids running around.
Yeah.
But it was nonetheless, it was fun to play house with Joe for a weekend. We do work well as a team.
Good.
He's a team player. I'm a team player. But like when we were making the meals, he just looked at me and he was like, I can't wait to have this with you one day. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. But also cook faster. I'm starving. No, but it was nice.
Good. What were Kristen and husband? What's Kristen? Ryan. Yes. Okay. What were they up to? Were they just enjoying their weekend?
Yeah, they had some projects, some errands to run. Good. So they said that they were busy, but I think they probably enjoyed.
I can't imagine how nice it will be, to like. I've said this to Laura and Aaron. By the way, Aaron is now graduated from lover to girlfriend. Laura asked Aaron to be her girlfriend the same day Josh asked me to marry him. So,
oh my gosh,
I know, big day for the Rocher gals. Let's say that.
Wow.
But I was just like, I we're in a group Marco Polo, me, Laura, and Aaron. And I was just like, guys, I don't think you understand what you've done for me. My kids will have lesbian aunts. I'm sorry, what?
You can't ask for anything better.
Highly educated women with disposable income. Say no more, fam.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
You guys are
jackpot.
I really did.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, not to make it about me, but couldn't be happier for myself.
Aww. Not to make it about you, but I will
be happier for me.
You're always going to make it about you.
Oh, Aaron and I even have a private Marco Polo chat.
Oh.
Don't get me started.
We said we'll talk on it another day, but we need to have her here. She's pretty great.
She is great, and she has a great accent. Laura will sneak into a Southern accent from time in time again. And I asked Aaron, I was like, where do you think she goes with that accent? Like, where do you think it's from? And she was like, I think it's more like a Louisiana Bayou situation.
It is.
I was like,
it is. It just comes out.
Yeah, Laura's will come out. Yeah. But Aaron is from Alabama. Bama. But she's a wonderful woman. So, you go, lesbians. Keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Keep it up, lesbians. There's one thing. I love TikTok, as we all know, but there's one thing that I will scroll immediately past that I want nothing to do with my algorithm. And this is not discriminatory by any means.
Yeah.
Humans with stutters. It is not for the faint heart. I cannot do it without crying. Like, it is.
You're empathizing.
It is so. And I've known people with stutters. I've had a teacher with a stutter. I think a few of my, I think 2 professors in my past I can remember. But I just think the empathy, the empathetic self is just, it's too much.
I'm so proud. I'm on Stammer TikTok for sure. And I'm just like, oh. Like, one of the girls I follow just called a hairdresser, made an appointment. I'm like, you go, girl.
I like it immediately, and that's not helping my algorithm. But I want to show my support, but it's just something I really physically, emotionally cannot handle.
But do you know what TikToks I'm not on that I thought, wow, you have not seen this? The TikTok dances. Like, when I got on TikTok, it was all TikTok dances. And it's like, are there still TikTok dances? Because if so, I'm not seeing them.
Yeah, they're out there.
And here's what we need to talk about. All of the TikTok dances are Doja Cat. All of them. If you listen to Doja Cat, you will
some
listen to
are like some rap now.
Listen to Doja Cat. Go on Doja Cat radio, and you'll be like, what the fuck? That's Doja Cat? What the fuck? That's Doja Cat? Doja Cat's elite.
I know that.
She's becoming she's one of my go-to listens.
She's good.
Tia Tamara, don't get me started. It's nostalgic and it's a banger.
She is very good.
Yeah.
But I feel like the TikTok dances, it's a crapshoot. It could be an old song resurfacing. It could be rap songs, current, not current. It's all over the place, all over the board.
Mm-hmm.
But will I try to do less TikTok? I don't know.
I mean,
it feeds what I need, you know?
It does. Like, so, and it's hard. TikTok will give me equal amounts of, like, I want TikTok more than TV sometimes, because I'm just like, quick bursts of serotonin, and we know we need it. But then also it'll like fill me with like almost like nausea, like this like anxiety feeling, and I can't explain why. It's like, but the more time I spend on my phone, the more I'm like,
I think it's just the phone piece, like just overload, information overload, too much content being consumed.
But I mean, we haven't really, we just went right into it, but like haven't talked too much about like the engagement being like very different this time around. And like, I haven't like posted it, you know, I've texted people separately. I felt like that was important, just that people know, like, you know, texting my aunts and like, are you all right?
No, I just absolutely hit the mic.
It's all right.
All right.
And
I touched it.
I mean, and I've never really been super good at like documenting my life in like a aesthetic way. You know what I mean? Like I've I've always said, like, I mean, it took me 2 days to take a selfie with Josh since we got engaged. Like, it's just,
I'm the same way.
it's not where my mind goes.
That's
for
not
sure.
a bad thing though.
No. But I definitely think that's different than the first time I was engaged, because before, like, I was truly like living for the gram, living for other people, living for telling the stories, living for all of that. Like, I not that I could even genuinely complain about my first proposal. Like, that was beautiful. Like, it comes with its own story. But I mean, obviously not the right person, but even then it was just like, you know, couldn't wait to take the picture of my ring with him in the background. Couldn't wait to post that. Couldn't, you know, it was all of the like performative, like ticking the boxes, getting the Instagram, getting the content, preparing to post, like, and it's so different this time where I feel like I'm just living my life for me. And it's just very different. And I'm like, what, 8 years older now than when
I was just gonna say that.
I was 19 or 20 when I was proposed to.
Right. So that all stuff, the superficial stuff matters more.
Yeah.
And as we were talking with like Josh and you about just like, you know, the likes do feel good, you know, but I obviously like this is unfamiliar territory for you, you know, so it's going to come with a lot of feelings. But also remember that it's not familiar to Josh.
Exactly.
So keeping in mind that like that excitement, that outward excitement to other people might be important to him, you know? But
right. I mean, which is the whole, like, I mean, the wedding, like everything. Like, not that I'm not excited to like have us have a day to celebrate our love, but for me, like, even the titles and stuff, it's like I've said this to him. I was like, my favorite title for you is partner. And I don't care how like fucking PC that is right now or whatever. It's just like, that's what I see you as. Like, I will still, when you're my husband, I will still call you my partner because that's what you are to me. Like, it is, we are living life as equals.
Yeah. I feel like partner kind of eludes equal, something about like being
it alludes to like commitment to me, like a forever commitment. And like, I mean, it's fun calling him my fiance and whatever, but like very much the first time around, like I wanted to be proposed to because I wanted to call him my fiance. I wanted to be a fiance. I wanted to be a wife. And it's like, I wanted the titles. I was so obsessed with titles.
But that's just the society that we live in, that we consume, that especially when you don't know yourself as a whole is what you are going to gravitate to next. And obviously that's something that you've done in these past, you know, 5 so years. It's just like finding out who you are as a person. And now you know that those titles aren't as important because you know who you are as Rach.
Yeah.
You know? Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, did you have any like questions for me as like someone who's been engaged before and like doing it the next time
I guess
around?
when I was Marco polling you, I was like, are these bringing up any feelings?
Right.
Like, I'm just checking in as a friend who knows that this is something you've done before. Like, what does it feel like this time around? And is it bringing up any like scaries or anxieties or anything other than things you haven't already mentioned?
No, I think, it's more just been pointing out like the change in me, like how my approach to like marriage and everything is different this time around. Like, even like from wedding planning, it's like I'm good. Like, good. I'm like, I've got what I need to have. I know everything's gonna fall into place. Like, I'm not like stressed. And I'm also not like jacking off for Pinterest. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just like losing my mind.
Yeah.
Because I know it doesn't fucking matter. Like, truly, like, I don't think it matters. I truly like, it's a complete perspective shift. I think 1, because I've done this before, 2, because I'm in the industry, and 3, because like, I mean, my priority is just like like what I said to Josh that night is, I'm like, this is very different for me because I'm just excited to like almost get these things over with because I just want us to get back to like us. Like
you're more excited about building a life,
yes,
than building a wedding.
Oh yeah, building a wedding or being a wife or like whatever it is. Like, I mean, partnership to me is, I mean, it's why I started this continue this podcast, and like all of that is like the pursuit of being a good partner and encouraging others to have good partners. Like that's the goal, right? But yeah, I just said, I was like, what I live for is us cooking dinner together, going to the grocery store together, like the mundane shit. And that's what's different. Is like before with Dave, it was very performative and like, these are the things I should do and I'm going to do them. I'm going to do them loudly. And now it's more like, I'll do these things because it's societally what you do. And I'm excited to do them with you, but mostly I'm excited to fall asleep with you every single night.
Yeah.
You know?
I just saw this TikTok. It was like, we woke up, it's Sunday morning. We just went for a walk with our dogs. We talked about life. We grabbed bagels on our way home. And now we're sitting on our couch, eating those bagels, drinking coffee, talking about life. Yeah. What a fucking painted picture. Like that's the mundane shit. That's the shit that like you take a step back and you're like, this is what I want to be doing with you.
Yeah.
That's fucking life. That's marriage. That's partnership.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's about.
For sure.
Fuck the wedding.
Honestly.
Sorry, as a
wedding photographer.
As a wedding photographer and as a podcast about relationships and weddings.
Yeah, I mean, but
no, we don't. Okay, I guess. Sorry, like take it back. Like, not fuck the wedding. The wedding is important. It's an outward expression of your love, and we support that.
Which is what I'm so excited to be able to like declare my love for Josh in front of my friends and family, to have those memories, to celebrate. But I am more excited to spend the rest of my life with Josh. I'm less excited about a wedding. Hey, babe, looking at you, kid.
Looking at you, kid. Josh is right in front of us, just cooking a meal.
He's cooking a meal for us.
Slinging them chicken wings.
He's hot. I'll give him that.
I think I'm vag out right now.
Airing out?
In this dress.
Are you airing out right now?
I didn't mean to.
I mean, it's good for you.
I know.
I've heard.
Do you sleep with underwear on?
Yes, I can't.
No.
I'll sleep tits out. I won't sleep lips out.
Sometimes, did I tell you? Sometimes Joe just surprises me that Joe will sleep dick out, and he'll surprise me with it.
I don't.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't
what
like
do
that.
You mean?
I don't like a snake in the grass.
I mean, he'll just like get out of bed, just hung, you know? Just, what are you doing?
What?
Just like, getting ready for, and I'm like, are you naked?
Psycho behavior.
He's like, it's healthy. I read it in Men's Magazine.
Of course, we've all read it. My mom, and I don't know if she said this, but I have a memory of it. I truly believed for a long time that if you wore a bra to bed, you'd get breast cancer.
Yeah, I heard that too. And I believed it. And I've never. But also, we shouldn't be.
We don't need to be.
We shouldn't be.
But I remember telling my friends in high school, like, hey, you'll get breast cancer.
Also, should we just free the tits at this point?
Free the tits.
Like, we should not. Fuck bras. Because also, if you wear less bras, you're going to build that muscle up in your breasts so that they'll be a little perkier.
And I mean, honestly, it all depends on your cycle. Like Josh said to me yesterday, we were like, hey, your tits look great. And I was like, about to start my period. My hormones are leveling up.
My tits are humongo. I have pepperoni nipples when I'm about to
ovulate.
Menstruate.
Okay.
Pep nips. You hear that, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have large areolas, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
So you have pepperonis?
I mean, I would say more salamis, because...
Wait, salami? That's huge.
But, I mean...
They're not salamis.
Pepperoni.
I'm so focused on the color. I'm so focused on the color right now that I feel like I'm more salami color.
Okay, well, we're talking about size.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. We'll have to get the cold cuts out after this and compare.
You have to whip the cold cuts out. Just compare.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, so guys, the meat and potatoes of this episode, we are just going to go on some engagement stories. Some good ones, some bad ones, some horror stories.
We found all these on Reddit, and by we, I mean me. So,
yeah.
Welcome. Yeah, these are like proposal stories. We're going to
read them to you, and we're just going to talk about them.
Okay. So here is one. Okay. So my girlfriend, 31 female, and I, 37 male, have been together for over a year and living together for around 6 months. We've intertwined our lives together and talked about having a baby next year. Very suddenly, she decided to pack her things and stay with her friends. Despite that, she kept trying to have serious talks, and I also wanted to understand what was going on. Basically, I discovered that the root of the problem was that she felt undervalued by not having been proposed to already. Aww. I decided that I want that too, but she put me in a weird spot. I could let her be the victim of her own anxiety, or I could propose while she's in this frustrated state. A few days later, we had a great day together, and you could say we made up. Armed with a ring, I decided to bend the knee and make what anybody would call a romantic gesture. She said yes in the moment, but then cried all night. Why did it have to go like this? We basically didn't tell anyone. We are not celebrating. She's not wearing the ring, but she's acting to me like we have a future. I'm so confused. What the fuck is going on? Alert, 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 alert.
So she was upset? Well, also, here's the thing. I'm hearing a miscommunicado.
Yeah.
Because he's hearing from other people that she's upset she doesn't have a ring. Once she gets the ring, that's not enough.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. But that sounds like a miscommunicado is because, like, why are you not talking to each other? And taking a peek.
Yeah, taking a peek. I mean, honestly, she sounds a little like getting engaged for the wrong reasons.
But
like,
okay, so the proposal wasn't enough.
Yeah,
like it wasn't this grand gesture she had envisioned.
Yeah,
but once he heard, he was like, "Oh, what do you mean? Of course, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Here it is."
Yeah,
right. And then she was like, "Why did it have to be like this?
Yeah,
why did it have to be?"
Yeah.
But I guess it seemed like he did it out of spite, which could probably upset somebody.
Or just did it out of panic, I think, more than that. Just like, oh, you don't think I want to marry you? I want to marry you. I have a ring. Here it is.
Yeah.
It's
a miscommunicado, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a red flag alert on my account.
It sounds like a red flag more to me.
You think? I think it's a miscommunicado.
I think moving out of the place you share together because they didn't propose.
Oh,
that's a red flag for me.
The moving out was
that's dramatic. That's a lot. And not saying like, hey,
but like, why are you moving out to prove a point? Why are you not just talking to your person?
Exactly. Not liking that. Not liking what's going on. So, don't go there, guys.
Just talk about it, guys.
Yeah.
Manage expectations. I think that's the hardest thing with proposals. It's just expectations. And I think Joe and I kind of touched on this a few episodes ago and kind of talking about this whole, it needs to be a surprise. And we talked about this too with yours. It's like, it needs to be a surprise. I want to be completely surprised. And then it doesn't happen in your timeline and now you're upset. And it's about managing expectations and it's about communicating with your partner. Guys, it's 2022. If you guys need a timeline, ask your dude, partner, she for a timeline. That is totally okay, I think, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, let's talk about, like, by the end of the year, I want to be engaged. That's literally what Joe and I talked about. Yeah. And it was like, okay, facts. Let's go. Yeah. That's game plan.
And I mean, if we're getting into truly like why I wanted to get married is a lot about like health insurance, right? It's having a baby on a health insurance policy that will allow me to have a baby. The current health insurance policy I have doesn't support pregnancies. As soon as you have pregnancy, it doesn't cover any
tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Welcome to self-employed life. How is it legal? Nobody knows. But my thing with that is like, okay, well, if we are getting married, I want us to be married, to have that commitment, to have that step for a full year at least before we start trying to have a baby. I want us to discover who we are as husband and wife because that comes with its own like expectations, societal expectations, emotional expectations, all of that. Before I start trying to like procreate and have a kid.
It's fair.
And yeah, I don't know. Josh more really like, I think for him, he would have a baby before I would, right?
Same.
He wants a little. He honestly wants a little
Easy
Josh.
for a dude to say. He doesn't have
Truly.
to go through the trauma,
the mess. Truly, it's a
I've
racket.
been hearing a lot of birth stories, and they feel very traumatic.
Oh yeah, the more I hear, the less I want, and so we gotta la 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 la.
I think I can bear down though. I think I'm a chick that can really bear down. I think I have a high pain tolerance, and I'm a team player, as we all know. It's the theme of this episode. Clearly, is not like I'll fucking take one for the team here.
Yeah.
I just need a support system. You know, I need Joe not fainted on the floor next to me. I just need someone who can really hold it down and be like, you're doing a great job.
I mean, I'm staring at Josh as he's making us dinner in the kitchen right now. I know he's going to be silent as a goddamn mouse.
Yeah, acting like he just fucking hit a move like, I'm about to be a support system. And we all know he's about to just panic the whole way through it.
He's going to look at me and he's going to be like, you got this. And that'll be about it. He's going to be having...
How funny that we're doing an episode in front of Josh cooking in the kitchen.
I know, Jess...
Cook it down.
Cook it down. Okay, here's the next one. All right? Okay. All right. I'm finally ready to shame my own proposal. First, you should know that my former fiance and I are no longer together, and the proposal itself was the beginning of the end.
Okay, T.
All right. At the time, I was working full-time as a 911 dispatcher overnight and then part-time during the day as a waitress. I was a new mom and had just started going back to work. I was exhausted constantly. My boyfriend/baby daddy was currently out of work and therefore taking care of the baby while I was working 2 jobs. I got off work at 5 a.m. and drove an hour to our house to get ready for my next shift. When I walked in, the baby was in the living room in a pack and play, screaming his little head off with a totally wet diaper. Sitting next to the pack and play was a folded up piece of notebook paper that said open on the outside. On the inside, he had written from the baby's point of view, saying he knows mommy and daddy have had their ups and downs, but the only way to make him happy was to marry his daddy.
Not the point of view from the baby.
Yeah, not the POV, not the baby POV. Then he had the audacity to write, if you want to marry my daddy, just make some coffee and go wake him up. Y'all, I was pissed.
Not if you want to do this for him.
Yep. Not only was he not taking care of the baby, he was fucking asleep during his proposal and wanted some motherfucking coffee. I changed the baby and fed him, got him back to sleep, went in to wake up my boyfriend, and he showed me the ring. Flat out told me he got it at Kmart on Black Friday with money he borrowed from me. Worst proposal in man ever.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's too many things wrong with that. First being the POV of the baby. That's an ick. that is an ick
Baby
for me.
POVs.
Yeah, that's an ick.
And
like
dog POVs. Like when people's like, my humans are getting married.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no shade directly, but honestly.
No shade directly. I will say the only POV from a dog that I like is Joe gets me, because material girl. I like gifts. He gets me like extra things from the dogs. Like buy me a gift and say it's from like Olive and Pickle. I think whatever.
Oh, Jez, you'll do anything for a little treat.
I will. I love a good treat.
You love a treat.
No, that is an ick though. That's a for sure. And not, hey, if you want this, do this for me. If you want to get married, wake my ass up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just coughed. If that were me, I would make the hot coffee and pour it on his ass and be like,
and I mean a Kmart ring.
Actually, I would never do that. Sounds like nothing I would do, but
a Kmart ring. Kmart went out of business, and so did that relationship.
That's not to say rings need to be expensive.
No, but Kmart.
But don't tell me that.
Yeah, don't
tell me you bought it at a pawn shop, or tell me you bought
don't tell me you got it on a sale on my credit card.
Yeah, tell me you bought it at a local joint and you spent the time. Like, lie. That's the one time you can lie.
Yeah, it is. We made that up right now, but on God.
But on God.
On God.
Okay. You've never said that in your life.
I know. I'm engaged now. I'm new. I'm new here.
I'm new here.
On God.
It's the late night episodes. That's what
it's
it
the
is.
alcohol.
I know.
I won't drink midday with Jess. Jess will crack open a cold one at 11 a.m. like a fucking alcoholic.
and what is wrong with that? Okay,
It's weird.
It's not weird. It's who I am. It's in my blood, and I love a cold one, and that is what I'm scared about. Being pregnant.
I know.
I love it. Joshua, thank you for joining
Thanks.
us for the short time being.
It was nice to see you in the background.
What did you say?
Oh, you can just kind of edit stuff out.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Sucks for Rach, but yeah. This is her episode.
Get out of here.
Okay, the food's ready.
Hey,
Okay, thank
Smooch
you.
is O'Houlihan, okay?
Okay, here's the next one. After about 3 or 3.5 years of dating, my girlfriend gave me the shit or get off the pot lecture. She told me that if the relationship wasn't going any further, she wanted to know because she didn't want to waste any more years of the relationship that wasn't going anywhere. I went away, thought about it over the holidays, and decided she was right. I came back and proposed, but I didn't have a good plan worked out. I had a stone available, but no ring. We were talking about it, and it suddenly just came out of me. Boom. And once that genie comes out, there's no putting it back. You're getting married, dude. And when we told my mom, her first words were, well, what took you so long? Haha. We went shopping, and the next day she found a ring that she liked, and we went on throwing a wedding. That was over 38 years ago. 4 dogs, 3 children, 3 grandchildren, 5 houses, 3 apartments in 6 cities and 4 states, 20 cars, and a million memories ago. So you could say that things are working out. We're closer now than ever. I'm like about to cry.
I have goosebumps.
We're closer now than ever before and have become an institution of sorts. My wife is settling in wonderfully as a matriarch over this growing family. I'm far more decisive and organized now than I was when I was young. I think it was kind of a wake-up call to me to start directing life as an adult versus letting life move around me. And it was the first time she made me a better man. Since then, we've both helped each other improve in many ways the years because our talents complement each other. Isn't that the cutest thing?
I had goosebumps when you read that. But here's my only question. In the beginning, the indecisiveness. Guys, hey, enlighten me. I'm here to listen. I'm all ears. There's no judgment. But men, in specifically, what's the holdup, eh?
Yeah.
Really, though, it's what I hear. It's like, we're waiting on this or, what? But I just want to know, like, what are the reservations?
Right.
If you're spending 3, 4, 5 years with just this person in a relationship, I just want to know, like, well, how do you see 3, 4, 5 years with this person and not see an entire life? Then why are you continuing the relationship? I'm just confused. Is it just like instant gratification? We're not thinking long term. We can't handle that. I'm just confused.
So is my dog. Come on, Barley. Get up here. Make a move. Make a move.
Come on.
Good girl. Okay. We've seen the guys, right, that clearly have zero fucking clue about, I think, just a timeline, right? And especially this was 38 years ago. So, what is that, the fucking 80s?
Not good at math. You're asking the wrong person.
Late 70s? What the fuck is 38 years ago? Whatever it was. So, it was very normal to, like, get married pretty soon after dating or whatever. Like, my parents were dating for 3 months before they got engaged. And they had a 3-month engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 25 years they made it. And then
pulled the plug.
Surprise, surprise.
That's actually a long time to be married.
It is a long time to be married. But anyway, I think there is the conversation where you gently tell someone, hey, I want to get married. If that's not something that you want for us or for you in general, like, we're not right for each other. And leave it at that. Which it kind of sounds like it was just a gentle, like, it wasn't if you don't propose, we're done. There's those, like, upset. It sounded like she was just like, hey, if this isn't where it's going, let me know. Fill me in. Because this is what I want for us. It's not what you want. We'll, say goodbye. But, relationships are like the push and pull. It is the working together and leading each other throughout life in different ways. And I loved that he called her the matriarch. You know,
I know.
she is,
That's such a term of endearment, such an honorable mention.
Yeah.
And I did appreciate that.
Yeah.
I noticed that too.
The care, like, because what I think of a matriarch is like the caretaker.
Yeah, it's usually like everyone refers it as like the grandma, right?
Yeah.
Like the one who's done like the most work in the family that's like still living.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely an honorable mention.
Yeah.
A caretaking, responsibility holding.
Yeah. But not that. I mean, I think we are moving away, luckily, in our generation of like the men that take the back seat. I think that was very normal. And obviously it worked out well. And he has a tremendous amount of respect and like love for the woman he built a life with. But I mean, truly, it would be nice not to have to, you know.
It will be nice.
It would be nice. Not to have to like tell guys, hey, just so you know.
Yeah, that's like a
time is moving. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay. My fiance is not the most romantically inclined, bless his heart. Good thing I wasn't much invested in having a proposal story. 2 days before we left on a trip, we had a co-ed beer league hockey playoff game. We were already winning, but my fiance just had to score one more goal. On a breakaway, a guy from the other team hit him from behind, and they both went crashing into the goalpost at top speed. My fiance ended up with a dislocated torn shoulder. It was such a violent dislocation that it chipped the head of his humerus. Ugh. So then 2 days later, we went on our trip, which was supposed to be spent golfing. Instead, we sat by the pool where he popped painkillers with his arm in this sling. On the last night, we went for a walk in the resort's garden after dinner. We were almost back at our villa when he started acting all shifty. It was really dark by then, and he started pulling me towards the pool, muttering something about needing more light. I was like, "You want to go swimming now?" He saw a drunken older couple coming down the path and pulled me to the other side of the pool. I was getting really confused when he stopped to face me and said, "Babe, put your hand in my sling." I was immediately suspicious. My first thought was, did he stash some bread rolls from the restaurant? And then I thought, is he pranking me? Will there be something gross in there? Sensing my reluctance, he took my hand and tried to put it in the sling while I was pulling my hand back, going, "Ew, no." Then he pulled out a box of the sling and said, "Marry me." It was one of the most awkward, ridiculous proposals I think I've ever heard of. At least it makes me smile when I think about it.
Get in my sling. Get in my sling.
Oh, it's like reach down that dark hole that you can't see. It's like, no,
but
absolutely
also, we
not.
know like casts and slings to just be not sanitary.
Oh, yeah. It's dirty in there.
Yeah, just stinky. So me being like,
I'm not going to do that.
Rather not, you know?
Definitely not.
Not for me.
But I love that, like, you can tell when people are writing that it's just like, this is fucking funny, dude. Like,
but I do love those stories that are just like, spur of the moment, the guy was like, fuck it. You know, fuck it. I don't want to marry you either way. It doesn't have to be some grand gesture.
Reach in my slang.
Reach in this slang-a-lang. Get in this slang-a-lang. Oh. That's funny. I'm all for the in the moment type of stories. But also, he was in a pool. You honestly couldn't have written a worse proposal for me. In a pool? No, thanks.
No, he wasn't in a pool. They were just by the pool. They were walking.
Oh, I thought they were in
a
it.
Garden.
I'm like, that's risky behavior.
No, they were like by a pool. And he like went by the pool because there were some lights.
Oh, he had to go. He needed to
see what was happening.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay. I think I have one more, which is just, this is just funny. Okay. Okay. It's short. It says, I don't know if this counts, but me and my grandmother witnessed a public proposal at a restaurant a few years ago, and the woman said no, and it got so awkward. They started arguing and crying, and it was so dramatic. I don't think I'll ever forget it. You couldn't forget it.
What restaurant were you at? I just need to know all the details. Because I feel like if you're at Applebee's, this can make sense.
No, I mean, I don't know. I've got no more context.
I immediately
Public
went
proposals.
to Love is Blind because nothing's more humiliating.
I haven't seen.
I know, but then getting it to the altar. That's the thing about Love is Blind. Netflix makes you go through the wedding. You have to go through the wedding and you have to say I do or I have to walk away. That's
So you have to
part
get
of
there
the deal.
and so you have to get to a wedding to then say
Yes.
no.
You have to go through every step of the process. It's what you sign up for. And so they have to go through this cookie cutter wedding that Netflix pays for. No shade, but it ain't for me. It ain't for most people. And it's pretty cookie cutter. And they have to go to the altar. They have to go through the beginning part of the ceremony until you get to the I do's. And either you walk away or you say I do. And you want to talk about humiliating. Your whole family's there. You're in a wedding. You're in wedding attire.
And you have to say no, fam. Not fam.
Not fam. And walk away awkwardly. And they
And
make
walk
it as
back up the aisle.
Yes. And Netflix won't even
Your
play
heart
music.
would be in your butt.
Netflix does them so dirty they put their mic on silent with a heavy breathing. They'll just like cue mic of the girl or guy walking down the aisle. It is horrific. That's what I'm
How
thinking
can you
about.
watch something that cringe?
Oh, because cringe is that's what we all want.
The fact that you won't watch Love Island, but you'll watch that,
I know,
makes you a sociopath.
I'll dabble.
I'll send you the seasons to watch.
But I've actually never witnessed a proposal ever.
You haven't photographed a proposal?
Not true. One of my friends.
Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
But no, I have not done as a photographer. I've not photographed, and I've never seen one go wrong.
No.
But the amount of cringe.
I think a lot of I photographed a proposal at like the lights, like Cleveland lights, downtown. And it was cute. The pictures are great, right? But it's so goddamn weird, right? You have some weirdos, strangers, looking back, getting out their phones, recording it. It's like, where do you think this is going to go, ma'am? Like, it's just so... And I just know how nervous the guy is.
Mhm.
Like, things aren't going right. They're running 20 minutes late. I don't know what's going on. I can't call them.
Yeah.
It's like, just relax. I couldn't be happier with how, like, my proposal with Josh went because it was about the two of us. And I do think it's interesting. Like, this whole process, like, Josh is like, oh, let's do an engagement session. I'm like, I got no vision for that.
Yeah.
I have no thoughts for that. Like, you and I take pictures. I take pictures of you whenever I want,
Mhm.
And I mean, we're getting married this summer, so it's like I got to send up save the dates. I'm not waiting until I pick out now, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's really nice this time around because it's not like I'm just like checking off boxes. I'm just like getting to experience things at the pace that I want to experience them.
Mhm.
And I mean, it is hard. Like, I felt like I've scheduled some like dress stuff, going to Chicago to do that with like my mom and my best friend Meredith and my sister and Erin, her girlfriend. And I mean, maybe if they come, RSVP lesbians, please. But it's this weird thing of like the industry is designed to like stress you the fuck out.
Mhm.
Like, I talk because I'm mid-size, plus size, whatever you want to call it, size 14. So it's like I might not fit into the sample sizes, which is a lot of the off the rack dresses, right? And then, but I'm too close to get a designer gown ready made, unless I want to pay a bunch of money to have it,
Right.
rushed. But it's like, I know from being in the industry, okay, I'm going to find a dress. I'm going to go try on dresses, see what kind of silhouette I want, and then I can order something on fucking line.
Yes. And that's
Like, it's just this whole thing of like, don't try to fucking play me. Don't try to be like, I called some stores in Chicago to like get on the schedule, whatever. And they're like, oh, we won't have anything like off the rack in your size. Can you get in this week? And it's like, no, I'll be there at the end of fucking March. Relax. Like,
can't be bothered.
I cannot be bothered. Like, truly, like everything is going to work out. I've never shot a wedding where a bride didn't have the dress that she wanted.
Yeah.
Like, And truth be told, I know I'm going to pick my dress, and in 2 years, it'll be like, I'll find another style of dress, and I'm like, wish I had that.
That's facts. And that's on trends.
Yeah.
Literally, you guys, the people who did the burlap and mason jars wedding, that was it for their year. Okay. And it sucks to look back
2016.
on. Awesome 16. Yeah. I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? And the boho and the flower crowns, we're going to look back and say that was really chuggy.
Yeah.
And it's just going to happen, guys. You know what's back in style now? Modern, classical, minimalist.
Yeah.
People are going to be like, wasn't enough. It's just going to, the trends will change. Just do you.
And I think I really do see through that. Like, I'll have what I have, right? Like, I
like what you like.
I like what I like. I'm really not going to bust my ass or break my fucking bank to get married to my best friend who I just like.
That's on living and learning, though.
Yeah, living and learn. Truly. Like, and it's hard to explain that to people because weddings are something that people like do imagine for themselves for sometimes 20 years, right? It's like you picture this day and you want it to be perfect and your friends are getting married and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I'm not having bridesmaids this time. I have my best friends. They know who they are. They're all my girlfriends that are invited to my wedding, you know? Like, I've called Morgan and I said, I was like, if you guys want to color coordinate, go ahead. Go right ahead. And my friend Kristen was like, are we doing a bachelorette party? I was like, text Laura. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll come if I can. I'll be there.
If I can.
It's
not about you.
Right. Well,
I'm just kidding.
That'll always be the strugs for me. But yeah, it is. It's this total perspective shift. And I mean, it's this weird thing of, it's not like I want this to come and go. Like my grandma specifically is someone who's like, you're not going to have a wedding. You're just going to go to City Hall, right? You know, just the like, because in her, if a divorcee got married again, my God, you wouldn't bring that to public attention. You know, like, not that she's being nasty, but it's just like her, I don't know. It's
like an older generation's perspective. It's a lot different nowadays.
So she's like surprised that I'm inviting people and surprised that I'll wear white and surprised that I'm like, this is Josh's first go around with this. And he deserves to have this day and this experience. Absolutely. And like, he's been dreaming about this day with me for a really long time. And like, when we talked about the proposal, like, I quite literally mean for a good 10 minutes, Josh was talking to me about how much I mean to him and how much he loves me and the first time he ever saw me and all of those things. And I got to just look in his eyes while he told me this. And it's like, of course I want to celebrate my love for this person and the love that we have and the life that we'll share together. But I'm not going to worry about what the centerpieces look like because I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
How many times have you looked at the pictures of your centerpieces, Jess? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, when you have that perspective looking back on it, it's like,
yeah, I mean, it's,
of course I want it to look nice, of course, but it's like, what I'm going to treasure more is the picture of us dancing together. Me and you and with my friends and with Josh, and I'm going to treasure the picture of me like hugging my mom when I come down the aisle. Like, those are the things I know. I'm not thinking about like,
no, like the superficial stuff that you feel like you kind of get wrapped up in when you're wedding planning for the first time.
Yeah. And I'm sure there'll be times where you're going to have to redirect me at times when I'm worried about stupid shit.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I'm pretty chill.
Good. Keep this flow up, Rach.
Yeah.
I can only hope this for you for the rest of the planning process.
Life tried to throw a wrench in situations when I've been trying to book a block of hotels, but the Bridgestone golf tournament is in Akron that weekend, the whole week. And so basically I can't get a block of rooms. So on my save the date, I'm just saying, book your room now. Yeah. I can't get a block for you.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, though.
I can't help you.
Especially being a smaller wedding, it should be a big deal.
I can't help you here. Go for it. Book your room when you can.
Yeah.
If you want to come.
I love that, Rach.
Yeah.
Chill. Keep the chill rage flowing.
We hope.
One can hope.
We're on meds, so
We love that for you.
we do. We love it for me. Jess, thanks for being here.
Of course. Thanks for having me over to the new his house.
I'm so glad to have you.
Really love what you've done with this place. Hey, you guys, thank you for joining in.
From Rach's house.
Rachel's space.
Yeah.
This is a nice house. Where her and Josh, her and her fiance own. We're happy for them.
Can't believe that.
Congratulate Rach through social medias.
Like the post. Give us the serotonin.
Give us that little bump to get our head on straight. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining in. This is For Better and Worse. I'm Jess.
I'm Rach.
We out.